Doing a quick rewatch here. We've got a round two, 3v, or actually this was round one, but it's my second one. 3v3 matchup between myself, um, Barzy, and Spencer against El Jefe, Jake McKean, and Thaddeus McGee. Fun fact, we are at 5 minutes before treaty drop, and one, two, three teams are still in their castle, and that includes Barzy and Jeff being still in their castle, and Jake as castle. I thought that was interesting, so let's dive into this a little bit as we're getting going. Let's see here. To the south, we have myself as the Indians. I'm at 73, 33, and 39. I'm not the Indians. What am I saying? I'm the Portuguese. That's why I'm so heavy on the wood and low on the food. That's actually more food than I really need. But YOLO. With how I played this game, I actually used it. Our next up is Barzy. Barzy was the Spanish, and he was sitting at 61, 44, and 40. Um, yeah, so doing well. He's getting more trade going. And of course, then we go over to our sideline with Spencer, who was Franks. Let me be frank. Um, Again with the three, but super packed. Build more markets, dude. You'll get your trade going way faster if you do it. I promise. It's worth it. Um, Spencer is a holy cow. That is a beautiful castle. Spencer's matched up against Jeff Miller. Um, Jeff sitting at 66, 47, and 60 on gold. Um, and he is the Burgundians. Then we go to Jake McKean. I just love Jake McKean. Just pure-hearted good guy. The Dravidians, and not afraid to use them. He's got 37, 47, and 22 getting going, getting rolling. And of course, Taylor Stevens, our final brother at arms, who played as the Spanish 56, 65, and 46. Low on his gold as compared with the last game where he was almost even across the board. But he's got 22 on stone. That's a lot on stone, but all right, go for it, YOLO. Treaties ending in 40 seconds. We've got two walls here. On the other side, our first wall was actually put up by Spencer. It was this wall. Um, you can see he's matched up against El Jefe, and it looks like Jeff's ready to roll, which is crazy. 5 minutes ago he wasn't even um, he wasn't even castle, or he wasn't even imperial, and yet there he was. Okay, so treaty has dropped. We see that Spencer is building trebuchets to attack the castles. I just like that castle. It's a good looking castle. And Jeff is going. He's got a couple of monks as well. There you go. Who'd have thought? On the other side, Taylor's trying to attack with cavalry. I've got my bombard cannons going. Um, Not a lot is going on over here. Okay, so Jeff's starting to cut here on the south side. Um, Looks like Taylor's brought these down. Oh, and don't open that gate. What are you doing, you idiot? Close that gate. Oh my gosh, people are so stupid. Okay, so the castle is, that first castle is down. Jeff is attacking with Trebs now. We've got multiple for Spencer going. Um, and Jeff, it looks like, has cut around. He's already got troops. I don't see any troops over here for Spencer. That could get ugly quick. Oh, Spencer's sending down. What are these? They're Paladin. So he's already got the 1-for-1 Paladin ratio going up and in. On the south side, I'm sending a bunch of Halbs. And I've got a bunch. I never build bombard cannons. Maybe I need to build them more often. Just not a, I feel like they're a unit that I can pivot away from, and they're just so expensive. I feel like oftentimes I can do very similar things with onagers, and onagers can do more. But that being said, they're a great unit. So Jeff right now has pushed forward, and we see that Spencer's building his throwing axemen. He's building He's building paladins, and Jeff is just moving forward. Wonder if he's gonna open that gap up anymore, or what's gonna go on here. We see that Barzy's sending units on this other side. Um, Taylor has taken down the gate. Taylor's putting the pressure on. And I'm just sending halbs and bombards. Halbs and bombards, doing more and more of it. Oh, and I'm starting to send hand cannoneers as well. Oh, we got the castle up. And Taylor's sending. Taylor's a huge fan of skirmishers. I think he likes them the most of anyone that I play with. I believe. Could be wrong about that. On the other side, we see that what are these? Oh, they're the throwing axemen. So, so Spencer's got throwing axemen. Barzy's got paladins. And Spencer's just going crazy with these trebuchets still. Jeff's trying to move the. He's just trying to push this with all these infantry. Interested to see what's going to happen there. Jeff's being tactical with his trebs. I'm a little surprised he's not trying to get more holes. On the south side, Taylor is pushed forward. You can see he's got cavalry up here. I've got all these bombards that are trying to do stuff. Did I get all my upgrades yet? I don't even know if I did or not. But we can see Taylor's low on gold. He's at 37 trade cards. That's a significant number. That needs to be higher. And that's probably a little bit of a bottleneck. Well, he's got a lot of troops queued, so it's not like he's not feeding. Oh yeah, all these guys take that long to kill a bombard cannon. Not a good matchup. Good to know. So Taylor has pushed back in. He's trying to plunge. I think he actually did plunge it. He got to like right here. And so we're putting up a castle to kind of take care of that corner a little bit. Get the wall. Let's look up north. Boom. To the north, we've got Spencer with the Franks just going 1v1, and Barzy's up here as well. And we see that the Trebs can reach this castle, so he's doing that. On this other side, Taylor is pushing me back. He's just consistently pushing me back. Boom, boom, boom. Meanwhile, Taylor's got troops just in the back now. There's the house wall. That's not going to last long. Up north, still just right here. These throwing axemen have been clutch for Spencer. Holy cow. And I like this use of the trebuchet by Jeff. That's good, although the throwing axemen are going to take it. Meanwhile, Taylor has taken over. He just owns this side. He's destroying my castle right now, even as we speak. I do have troops up here, though. Mostly hand cannoneers and bombard cannons. I've been calling for aid from Barzy at this point. Oh, and Taylor's getting in through the gate. And where is he going? Does he get all the way back? Okay, so Barzy's here to kind of... But it's only one paladin. That's not enough. But I'm building another castle. And Barzy's kind of showing up. We're trying to put a hold down, but you can see Taylor's just kind of going crazy. On the other side, Jake is starting to show up and go. Also worth noting, this is going to take forever, but Jake is trying to cut all the way through to the other side. All the way. I didn't mention it earlier, but this is Oasis, is the map that we're playing on. So just as we're going, keep an eye on that red dot, because that's Jake doing a long cut. So Taylor is flexing. You can see I'm like, okay, we got to get stuff going. Um, Meanwhile, oh, he's just a monster. Up here, um, there's a lot of Jeff. And Spencer sent in all of the cavalry that he can, and these throwing axemen are doing work. And here we go. Taylor is just working things down here in the south. Lots of pressure. And Spencer's holding by what looks like threads right now. That's the only thing keeping Taylor out right now. I'm interested to see what happens. Oh, he moves. This reminds me of our last rewatch where there was a gate and I chose the buildings instead of the gate. I think Taylor needed to keep on this thing and keep plunging. But that being said, this was here stopping all of these troops getting up. And Barzy's back here protecting. To the other side, they are inches from Spencer. Spencer is just overwhelmed. So both sides are losing right now. And Barzy sends these cavalry forward. Is it going to make the difference? What's this red dot? That, yeah, he's got his scout there. Jake is still cutting. This is a long cut by Jake. But he's starting to get kind of close. Meanwhile, I'm just holding. We've got Barzy's help. Over here, we see that Spencer's kind of been just doing this alone, and even Taylor's got troops over here. That's crazy. So Taylor's throwing troops, Spencer's throwing, or this is a 3v1 essentially, with Jeff and Jake Jeff completely in, Jake mostly in, and every now and then a Taylor unit coming in as well. You can see there's a few here and there. On the other side, me and Barzy are pushing together, and we're moving forward. We've pushed him back, actually. Let's see how that sticks. On the other side, oh, he's slowly going with the siege elephants. Spencer did a really impressive hold here. And yeah, Jeff's kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? Is what it looks like. It looks like he's building castles and trying to fortify. Doesn't want to lose the ground that he's taken. Meanwhile, we're moving forward. This was stupid. Why would I move my bombard cannons and leave all my trash behind? That was a mistake. Classic Tanner. So this is our bottleneck fight spot now. Meanwhile, Jake is getting closer and closer. And Jeff is pushing forward. Interested. We're going to pull up Spencer. Because I'm interested to see what's going to happen. Oh, come on. Oh, there he is. Well. Okay. Get in, Jake. Okay, so this is still just kind of a stopping point. We're all just fighting there. Spencer has held like a champion. Holy cow. And Jake is in. It looks like. Here he goes. Spencer's even got troops going up in there. That's funny. Because they have not seen this yet. And Barzy has turned to the aid of his brother. And here they go. Okay, so it looks like Spencer's noticed this now. On this side, I'm going to be fairly on my own, I believe. Oh, no, that's when we noticed. We're like, hey, just so you know, this is a thing. And they were like, oh, crap, this is a thing. And Taylor's, I've kind of pushed Taylor back at this point. Um, yeah, throwing paladins and hand cannoneers at this stuff, and it's worked out. It's fine. I think I just kind of have the numbers and the math. Whereas, okay, so Jake's gotten in. See what those siege elephants can do. Spencer has 91 trade units, and he does not have enough gold. He is just spending all of it. Food and gold, man. Because he's only got 12 guys on wood, and he's mostly just living off the bank right now. What is this going to do, Jake? What are you going to do? He's going to just let him go. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. Oh. Someday they're going to go. Okay, so now they're going to go. Okay, there he goes. Meanwhile, Barzy's going up the hole a little bit. On this other side, Taylor's got a very strong defensive front right up here. But it looks kind of like I've masked and pushed him back. And Jake is just spewing troops everywhere. He's done a lot of this damage back here to Spencer. But Spencer's still gathering wood. He's still farming. Meanwhile, how's this front look? We've ignored this front for a while. Looks like it's still just a brick wall that Jeff's running into. Tons of these paladins that are just never ending, and then the throwing axemen. But there's a lot of red. There's a lot of red. Going back. I don't know if he clicked his button or if he just lost troops. He may have just lost like 60 troops. Or, sorry, 40 farmers. Oh, no, he did click the button, but he lost 20 of them. These elephants are doing serious work. Jake is just all over the place, and it is scary. Meanwhile, I'm fighting up here against Taylor, just trying to keep things under control. Taylor's trying to keep things under control. But Spencer's plunging? Is that what I'm seeing there? Pull him back. Pull those troops back. What's going on? Oh, he's wanting the bombard cannons. Barzy seems to have cleared out Jake. And there's a lot of Jake coming. Oh, wow, Jeff got some villagers through. That's crazy. Taylor seems to have corralled me. And here they go. These throwing axemen have just been worth their weight in gold this game. Spencer just deleted the wall. Like, I'm just getting the troops up. What's back here? Oh, there's one unit. Click the button. Click the button. Meanwhile, Barzy's going back up the hole. You can see Jake's just sending a lot of troops, but they're kind of trickling. But they'll get there. Well, that castle's going to block off your route, though. Meanwhile, Taylor has come forward and pushed me all the way back to where we started. All those skirmishers. All right. On the other side, we've got Spencer going up on Hefe. And I really loved this use of the trebuchet. I think he's done a great job with it. I'd even delete one wall and just go up and try and clear these out. But he's definitely like pushed Spencer back and established dominance back there. Oh, and darn Jake with his siege elephants that just kind of went everywhere. And it just been a problem. Meanwhile, this is going on. Jake talked about it after the game, but a couple of ships would not have been a terrible idea here. Meanwhile, Taylor has me on the ropes. Are we going to lose this castle? I'm probably going to lose that castle. And I'm starting to build organ guns. Just trying a different approach. Trying to see what'll stick. And Barzy comes to save the day. Seems like wherever Barzy was, good things happened. For my team. For the other team, it was wherever Barzy was, it was a bad thing. But, alright, Spencer's now got some massed units here. Looks a little less like it's all one-sided. And Jake is just funneling these troops up through, and they're just getting eaten at one at a time. Okay, we lost that castle. And Barzi's come to help out. Taylor's definitely pushing me back, though. Oh, castle gone. So we've lost 2 of my 4 that I tried to build, 3 of the 4. So I went from having 3 castles up here to no castles. And am I building 2 more? I am building 2 more. Okay. On that other side, we've got Jake still fighting up this hole with Barzy. And to the north, they've opened up this. It just feels kind of stalematey across the way. We got 3 stalemates, and they're all 1v1s. What are these? Are these elite Irumi swordsmen? Are these the guys that throw stuff? I don't even know what these guys do. The Irumis that are running backwards. I don't know why they're running backwards. Oh, because Barzy had one guy go up. Okay. You see Barzi's helping out over here. And I'm building a bunch of organ guns. Try and get funky. Let's get weird. Playing with some fun units. Barzi's here. I'm here. Taylor's here. In the middle. Jake is just... This is the line right now for Jake. In the north, we are still here. Oh, but Spencer making a forward move. What's this going to do? What's this going to do? Are you going to stop it right there? You're not going to go all the way? I mean, those walls are fairly well protected. Oh, no, he gets back. Meanwhile, the hole continues. And now Barzi's gotten a little bit more momentum. Up here, we've pushed back. So we pushed Taylor out. Boom. Taylor got to about here. Taylor pushed us back. Boom. He destroyed a whole bunch of stuff. We've got a very wide push plane going on here. It's interesting. I don't know what the determining factors of these pushes are. Like why is that spread so wide? I don't really know. But it's worth thinking about. What's causing this? We're just taking out buildings at this point. Taylor's trying to send as many cavalry as he possibly can. And I'm building more castles. Up in the north, we've got, man, this fight for this zone right in here has just been intense. Looks like Jeff got that troop of cavalry out, and Jake and Barzy are just going back and forth. But here we go, moving kind of forward now on Taylor. Let's pull up Taylor's econ. I don't know if he built the trade like I would have expected him to. Come on, go to Taylor. There we go. No, he's still only got like 27 trade. Like, what's going on with Taylor and trade? Why I don't understand why Taylor's trade is so low. It does not make sense to me. Um, but maybe it's just a bad game. We've all had them because I feel like that would make a massive difference for Taylor. But regardless, see Barzy's plugging this hole here up in the north. Jeff is building Costiliers. I guess those come out of your castle. I don't really know. Burgundians or Burgundians. Not my favorite civ. I'm on record saying that. I'll own it. I'm not afraid. Also, fun thing to mention. Apparently, the team bonus for the Portuguese has changed, which kind of breaks my heart because I kind of loved the early scouting info, but you don't need it. Like, I really don't. Jake has a ton of troops. Just got a mount. They're all just in this long train. Be better if he cut out a section like cut this out and build a bunch here, or even better, right here, so they don't have to travel so far. Keep building those throwing axemen. Messing everything up. Taylor's starting to crumble a little bit at this point. Crumble isn't the right word, but he's just not staying there. Holy cow, Taylor is only building cavalry right now. I don't know what's going on there. Because he's got resources. He must be thinking about stuff. But I don't know what it is that he's thinking about. Okay, he's building more pikemen. Or not pikemen. Are they pikemen? They're halbs, probably. These halbs? Yes. No, I'm just going to own this corner, I think is what I was like, I'm going to just own this corner. Meanwhile, in the middle, just not quite a stalemate. Because Barzy keeps pushing Jake back. But I feel like the troops are on Jake's side. Meanwhile, Spencer has been pushed back again by Jeff. Has Jeff cleared out all of the? He's almost cleared out this whole section. When we started this game, this was all full of of Spencer's buildings, and now everything he's building is coming out from back here. He's had to build backwards a long ways. But we're taking over Taylor. And the castle's going down. Meanwhile, Jake has actually pushed Barzy back. But Barzy's starting to send cavalry because of that. And Barzy's like, okay, we're opening this up. I'm tired of this. This tunnel stuff. Okay, so here goes Barzy. On the other side, El Jefe is fighting for the gate. And Spencer is just barely holding. Holy cow, this is like, they're getting in. And Barzy's got all these hand cannoneers. Oh my gosh. On the other side, Jake is now sending troops to help Taylor. And we're just cleaning house. I've got a hole. Oh, here they go. These guys gonna go anywhere? I think they're probably all gonna die from this castle. That's my bet. And 5 of them make it, but then there's more arrows. It's gonna bring me down to 3, 2, 1, and hey, he lived. Okay. Still fighting at this gate. But I like what Spencer's done here of just massing these throwing axemen. They are working. In the middle, Barzy has flexed and pushed on Jake. Of course, that would happen with Jake turning down here to help out. That's just not gonna. That means that they're gonna lose somewhere else. A lot of gunpowder, and they're throwing infantry at gunpowder. But good use of these bombard towers. I really I didn't want to go near that stuff. Like that should have I should have dug through that much quicker. Barzy is just going up the gut now. And Jeff's trying to help out in the middle, which is leading to Spencer, who they were fighting for their life right there, has now moved forward to here. So this is the fight spot now. And Jake is like, guys, I gotta change directions. And here we go. Barzy's good at this whole forward back, forward back. He takes better care of his troops than, at least than I do. I'm much more like go and die. Spencer's a much more benevolent. Is that the word? I don't know if it's benevolent ruler. He's like more caring ruler over God. Oh, this is gonna be the plunge right here. Let's see this thing go. Maybe, maybe not. It didn't go the direction I thought he would. Spencer's definitely putting a mountain of pressure on Jeff right now. Gates down. And I'm building castles. Spencer's now knocking at Jeff's door a little bit. I don't know. That looks like that's probably going to die. But we'll see. In the middle, Barzy has just been finessing these wins. Oh, and Jake's sending P-tards. Leave it to Jake. He's not afraid to try new things. What's going on here? Oh, Barzy's going up. He's going the distance. They have a gate there. Meanwhile, Jake's sending a whole bunch of infantry at me. Taylor's throwing some cavalry. We'll see if it's enough. Up high. I don't know what mix I would be changing. I feel like Jeff needs more siege. Is that what would he'd have some? He'd kill some of his own units in the process, but I think that siege is what it is. That's the missing ingredient to this. Siege and maybe hand cannoneers. I don't know. It's interesting. Barzy's turn, or not Barzy, Jake has turned. Jake is like, I can't ignore this anymore. So you can see his line is going this way now instead of over here. He's even turned guys around. He's like, Taylor, it's all you, buddy. And I'm just shooting a lot of bullets. Oh, Spencer's pushed Jeff back. What's going on with Jeff? Let's look at Miller JF09. He's out of food and wood. That's what's happened. But he's rich. He can buy everything. That's one thing that I know I need to be better about is I can afford it. I should buy it. Larry is really good at buying wins. I don't know what's going on up here, but things have stopped. On this side, Barzy sent in some more support. We're taking out castles. Portuguese are kind of like the Teutons in that they're good, but they're slow. They are not a fast civ. So, if you put a hole in, it just doesn't make that much of a difference. On the upper side, Spencer's just having his way with Jeff at this point. Maybe not having his way, because Jeff has still got stuff, but it feels like it's leaning. Like it feels like things are starting to crumple a little bit. Especially if this castle comes down. If this castle comes down, that's going to be big. Oh, and one more hit. Boom. Castle comes down. So that can just give Spencer a lot more power over here. Because there's just not as much defense. What's going on? There's 2 holes? Is that what it is? I don't know. Looks like Barzy plunged. Barzy cut and is plunging to the trade. That's what happened. Okay. On this side, I'm still just knocking on Taylor's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Taylor's door. Ooh, yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on Taylor's door. I'll spare you all my Guns N' Roses. I wonder if these guys are affected by, what is it, the accuracy one. Oh, and here goes Spencer. Boom, into Jeff. Is he going to plunge all the way to the back? Because we've got Barzy back. What the junk, Barzy? Okay. So Spencer gets in and hits the TC and starts going nuts on Jeff. Oh, there we go, Barzy. You got in on the trade. Put them on defensive stance. That way they don't run everywhere. Instead, they kill just what comes by. And I'm just shooting up Taylor. I feel like we all just kept pinching and pinching and pinching. And Jake's going back up the hole. On the other side, oh, Spencer is plunging back to the trade. Jeff also has very little trade. I don't know if that's been that way. I should have been paying attention, actually. I think we watched it. I think he had like 40 early. No, he had a bunch, but I think they were dudes. But regardless, Jake is building a bunch of champions, it looks like. Sending them up the hole to fight the good fight. And Taylor gives up the ghost. I was just kind of all over on him. And Hefe says, nope, we're done. And I bet Jake is soon after. We're going to just fast forward to that point. Jake, never say die, Jake McKean. Gotta love it. Okay, so we are going to leave the map. Yes, finished replaying. Thank you. Um, and when we look at military scores, Jeff, Spencer, Jeff are all pretty high. Um, yeah, and I got the MVP this game. When we look at military scores, um, I had almost, I did 2-1, um, and Taylor almost had 1-2. We were almost inverses of each other. I think I was mostly killing Taylor all game, and then Jake started sending stuff as well. Um, and then Large Army went to Jeff. Buildings Raised was me. Buildings Lost, Barzy. Barzy played a great game that game. Everywhere he went, good things happened. Jeff had the most food by not a mile, but by a lot. Him and Taylor had a lot of food. I had the most wood, and Taylor was the most stoned. Typical. I was the Sultan that game by a mile. Holy cow! I was richer than everyone. That's right. Suck on that. Jeff with the fast feudal and fast castle. Taylor with the fast imperial. Um, and like I said earlier, the times were just slow for imperial that game. Um, Societies, I had 16 castles. Spencer had 10. Taylor had 7. A lot of castles that game. And that's what our timeline looks like. I think that I missed it, but I think that Jeff actually did the Flemish Revolution, and I just wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry about that, Jeff. And Joel, for that matter. But GG, guys. Until next time, peace.